I found your picture in the note drawer tonight. Faded edges, but the smile's still bright. For a second I felt that old warmth rise, like winter giving way to summer skies. But time is a thief with patient hands. It steals a touch, but leaves the plans that forever re-spoke in quiet rooms now echo like unfinished tunes. I remember how you rest your head on my shoulder before bed. You said you felt safe in my arms, like I could shield you from all harm. But I couldn't protect us from ourselves, from doubts that grew on hidden shelves, from words unsaid and pride too tall, from tiny cracks that split it all. Love doesn't die in flames sometimes. It fades between the lines. Just carry the quiet pain. If loving you was my mistake, it's one I choose again for old time's sake. We weren't perfect, we were real. Two stubborn hearts afraid to kneel. I thought being strong meant not giving in, but strength without softness is a silent sin. You needed words, I offered proof, but sometimes proof ain't enough truth. I built my love like solid stone, not knowing stone can feel alone. I've walked these streets 1,000 times, past the bar where we shared cheap wine. The bartender nods like he understands how love can slip through steady hands. But here's the thing, I finally see you weren't wrong, and neither was me. We were just two seasons out of sync, trying to hold what was meant to shrink. Regret is heavy, but bitterness is heavier, so I'll let you go. Not because I stopped loving you, but because I started loving myself. Ashes of yesterday still glow at night, but they don't burn like they used to bite. I'm not the man I was back then. Pain reshaped me once again. Oh, Lord, if our love was meant to fade, at least it made the man I've made. I close the drawer, I turn the key. The past can't stay. control. He ain't holding tighter when things start to fold. It ain't losing yourself to keep someone near, or silencing truth just to calm their fear. I used to think sacrifice proved I was strong, that enduring the pain meant I belonged. But strength without boundaries breaks a man down, turns his steady hands into trembling ground. You said you needed more from me, more passion, more urgency, but I was giving everything I had, even the parts that made me sad. I stayed on stone for overhead, I fought battles inside my head. But love ain't measured in how much you bleed, it's measured in balance, not silent need. I confused endurance with devotion, and drowned inside my own emotion. I learned the hard way how to let go, how to walk away slow, not with anger, not with pride, but with self-respect by my side. If loving you meant losing me, and leaving was my victory. You turn away, silence louder than words that say. I stare at the ceiling in the dark, feeling distance tear us apart. But I refuse to beg or plead. A man must guard his dignity. You can love with all your heart and still choose not to fall apart. Now I sit with lessons carved in bone, realizing I'm stronger alone than shrinking just to fit your mold, or selling my soul to avoid the cold. I don't regret the love we made, even if it slowly decayed, because every scar upon my skin turned a boy into a disciplined man within. Losing someone doesn't mean you fail. Sometimes it means you finally chose yourself. I learned the hard way, love ain't war. It ain't keeping score. It's standing tall when things collapse. It's not chasing what turns its back. And if destiny brings love again, she'll meet a wise and stronger man. Hard lessons, heavy nights, clear mind, a steady stride. Wake up before the sun decides to rise. Another quiet morning, another pair of tired eyes. Coffee on the table, silence in the air. No one asking how I feel, no one really there. The other half remembers her somehow. I don't curse her name, I don't blame fate. I just learned too late what love can take. She said I was distant, hard to read, like a locked door without a key. But I was fighting war she never saw, trying to be strong without a flaw. I held my fears behind my chest, buried deep so I could rest. But silence grows when left alone and turns a house into stone. Some men shout, some men beg, some just nod and walk away instead. We are men who walk alone, carrying hearts turned into stone. We don't chase what wants to leave, we just stand up, roll our sleeves. If love fades and doors close slow, we tip our hats and let it go. Let it go. I remember nights we talked for hours about dreams and building something ours. But dreams need two to stay alive, and I was the only one trying to survive. She wanted fire, I brought calm. She wanted storms, I held my palm. Maybe I was built too strong, or maybe she was gone too long. Well, the bar down the street still plays our song. I don't go there much, it feels wrong. Not because I'm weak or torn, but because I was reborn. Pain doesn't always destroy a man, sometimes it makes him understand. You don't beg for someone to stay if their heart already walked away. Loneliness ain't the enemy. Desperation is a man who respects himself, knows when to close the door quietly. We are men who walk alone, not because we can't love, but because we won't love halfway. We build ourselves from broken ground, we rise without making a sound. And when the right one comes along, she'll need a man. Until then, we walk our road with quiet pride and heavy cold. Boots on gravel, sun going down. A man alone, a man alone. But never lost. There's a tired neon light blinking over my head like it's trying to say something it already said. The floor smells like broken promises and cheap cologne, and every table in here knows I came alone. Boots dusty from roads that don't forgive, carrying memories heavier than I should live with. The mirror behind the bar don't lie. It shows a man who forgot how to cry. Whoa. You live like summer leaves the trees, slow at first, then suddenly your perfume still lingers in my coat, like a silent hand around my throat. I tried to wash your name with bourbon rain, but some ghosts like to remain. They sit beside me when the clock hits 2 and whisper things I used to tell you. Some men scream, some men fall apart, but some just sit in the dark. There's smoke in my veins, fire in my chest. Loving you was a beautiful mess. I don't shout, I don't explain, I just let it burn like smoke in my veins. Every breath tastes like goodbye again, and I wear my scars like gentlemen. The jukebox bleeds an old slow song, the kind that tells you where you went wrong. Strangers laugh like they never lost, like loving never came with a cost. But I know better, I paid in full, with sleepless nights and a heart too full of words I swallowed, pride I kept, and tears that never left my chest. You see, pain ain't always loud, sometimes it's a quiet man staring at his glass like it owes him answer. I remember the way you said my name, like I was thunder without the rain, like I was strong enough to stay, even when you chose to walk away. Funny how love can taste like rust when it turns from fire to dust. Now all that's left is midnight air and the shape of you in an empty chair. Smoke in my veins, whiskey in my soul. You took the pieces but left the whole. I'm still standing in pouring rain, with nothing but smoke in my veins. And if tomorrow calls my name, I'll answer slow, but I'll remain. Well, there was a fire I kept inside. Not rage but pride, not anger but fear of losing myself year by year. I loved you harder than I showed, carried more than I ever told. Somewhere between giving and giving, I forgot I was supposed to be living. You wanted passions, loud and wild. I offered loyalty, steady and mild. But steady ain't flashy or bright, it don't always win the fight. I watched you drift toward the flame, toward chaos dressed as a name. And I stood still, refusing to chase, because love shouldn't feel like a race. Sometimes letting go is brave, even if it feels like a grave. The fire I kept inside my chest burned quiet but burned the best. It didn't scream, it didn't shout, but it never once went out. And though you walked away from me, oh, that fire still burns, and it burns free. I won't beg for a seat at your side, not when I stood there with pride. A man who knows his worth won't need just to prove what he feels. Love should add, not subtract, not make you question every act. And if it costs your peace to stay, then walking is the only way. I sit by the window watching rain, not drowning in it, just feeling the pain. Because pain ain't the enemy, losing yourself is the tragedy. And I'd rather hurt and grow tall than shrink just to avoid a fall. The fire inside still guides my sight through every lonely night. You can leave a man, but you can't extinguish him. The fire I kept inside my soul was never yours to control. It lights my path, it keeps me sane. It rose from love, it rose from pain. And if destiny brings someone new, oh, she'll feel the warmth, but not consume it too. Still burning, still breathing, still me. myself. No distractions on the shelf, no music loud enough to drown the truth that finally came around. I poured a drink but let it sit. This time I wouldn't hide from it, from the fear of being replaced, from the cracks I've never faced. You left saying I was distant, emotionally resistant. Maybe you were partly right. I built my walls too tight, not to push you far away, but to survive another day. When you've seen love fall apart, you guard the chambers of your heart, but guarded hearts feel lonely too, even when they're loving you. There was a night I faced my truth, admitted what I never could. Strength ain't hiding what you feel, it's learning how to heal. And if I want love that lasts, I must release my past. Thought being calm and I was right, that stability would win the fight. But love needs warmth and open doors, not just silent metaphor. I see now what I couldn't then. That softness don't weaken men, it deepens them, refines their core, makes their loyalty mean more. I don't blame you for walking out. Pain reveals what we're about. You were mirror and mistake, reflection I had to take. Now I stand not hardened but aware of what I must repair. Not to win you back someday, but to love better in a healthier way. Growth hurts more than heartbreak sometimes. Push it away. Oh, the night was long, but I came out stronger. Doesn't judge a man who walk it. Don't ask where he's been. It just stretches along beneath his boots and lets him begin again. walk miles with your memory, like a shadow by my side. But the road keeps moving forward, even when pride collides. I remember how you used to say, don't shut me out, don't push away. But I wasn't pushing, I was scared of loving too deep, and I'm being prepared. You saw my calm and called it cold, but you never saw the stories untold. Men don't always show their fight, some just survive the night. And the road doesn't judge, it just carries me home through broken dreams and nights alone. You don't whisper lies, you don't pretend, it just reminds me I can begin again. I pass old towns where we once laughed, where we made forever sound like mad. 2 + 2, simple and clear, but love ain't numbers when fear is near. Sometimes forever turns to dust when expectations rust, and what you thought was meant to be was just a chapter, not the key. I don't hate you, I don't blame. We both lost in a different game, but I won't shrink to fit your view. I'll trade my strength to keep you. The right love won't need disguise, won't ask a man to compromise. His values, mine are true, just to keep someone's you. Freedom tastes like lonely night, but peace feels better than desperate fights. The road doesn't judge, it don't look back, it don't replay what we lack. It just moves forward under open sky, and a man who walks it learns to ride. Dust on boots, wind on face, a broken heart still full of grace. worst have the quiet ones, carry storms behind their eyes. We don't shout about our battles, we don't dramatize. We wake up, put our boots on tight, face the day, survive the night. But inside there's a battlefield we never let ignite. My father told me, son, stand tall, don't let the world see you fall. So I learned to swallow tears and turn heartbreak into gears, to keep moving even when my chest felt caked within, to smile when I was breaking, to shake hands with the pain I'm taking, and say silence is peace, but silence can scream. Quiet man, holding more than you understand. He don't beg, he don't complain, he just learns to walk with pain. And if he loves for real, even when he doesn't kneel. You left saying I was cold, that my heart felt bought and sold. But what you saw as distance wide was fear I buried deep inside. I never learned to speak my scars, just to measure love in bars, and loyalty in staying true, and showing up. With this heavy truth, strength without softness breaks you. I'm still learning how to say I need you without losing my way. Being a man ain't about control, it's about protecting your soul and choosing love without fear of disappearing year by year. The quiet ones don't lack emotion, we just feel it like an ocean. The weight of the quiet man, hey, weakness is the plan. To stand firm when things collapse, to go stronger through the cracks. And when he finally speaks his heart, it won't be noise, it'll be carrying on. When the lights go down and the noise fades out, it's when the truth starts walking about. No crowd to impress, no mask to wear, just a man and the weight he bears. The mirror don't lie under dim neon glow. It sees the things nobody else will know. The cracks in confidence, the doubts that creep, the promises made but couldn't keep. You said I was strong like it was steel, like nothing could make me kneel. But strength ain't stone, it bends and breaks. It has to tremble in what it takes. I carried your fear like they were mine, swallow my pride just to keep the line. But love without balance starts to drown. Even kings can lose their crown. We don't fall apart in daylight, we unravel when the lights go down. When the lights go down, I break alone, but I rise on my own. I remember nights you cried, asking me not to say goodbye. But sometimes goodbye ain't hate, self-respect at heaven's gate. You can love and still walk away, when staying means you fade each day. A man must guard his inner ground, or he'll get lost in being found. Now the city hums outside my door, like it's heard this story before. Another man, another flame, another heart learning the game. But I won't grow bitter or cold. Pain refines more than gold. It strips illusions, clears the air, teaches you who's really there. Darkness doesn't destroy a man, and the lights go down, I don't hide, I sit with truth by my side. I was hurt, but I remain stronger through the quiet pain. And if love knocks once more in town, it'll meet a man who faced the dark. When the lights went down, no applause, no witness, just growth.
There's a bottle on the table and a war in my chest. The silence in this room that never lets me rest. clock keeps ticking like it's counting my mistakes. Every second echo in the choices that I make. I used to think love was something you hold tight. Now I know it slips away in the middle of the night. You don't hear it leaving, there's no dramatic sound, just the colder side of the bed when you turn around. I gave you the best parts, I didn't show the world. The steady hands, a loyal heart, the promises I held. But you wanted thunder, lightning in the sky, and I was just a man who never learned to cry. I built my life in quiet ways, brick by brick through heavy days. But you wanted fireworks in the dark, and I was just steady, just a spark. Maybe love needs noise to survive. Maybe silence kills what's alive. So I drink to quiet wars inside my soul, to the battles nobody knows. I don't scream, I don't fall apart, I just carry the weight in my heart. Whiskey burns, but it tells no lie. It don't leave, it don't say goodbye. The city outside keeps moving fast, cars passing like pieces of the past. Every street light feels like judgment above, asking me what I did with love. But love ain't a courtroom crime, it's two imperfect hearts out of time. And sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away when she's done with you. I won't beg for what won't stay, I learned that lesson the hard way. A man loses more when he kneels than when he stands and simply heals. Pain ain't weakness, it's proof you cared, but self-respect must be repaired. So I rebuild from broken ground without making a sound. The loudest battle I fought in silence, and the strongest men win without applause. Here's to whiskey and quiet wars, to locked hearts and closed doors. I may bleed, but I won't fold. Some lessons hurt, but they make you bold. If love comes back, it'll find me strong, not where I fell, but where I belong. The bottle's empty, the war is not, but I'm still standing, and that's a lie.